I submitted a challenge to a few of my artist friends via social media or in just my everyday life to design a character in any medium that you want, be it Photoshop or physical media or sculpting or carpentry or any kind of abstract idea. Just design a character based on a vehicle that I would provide them if they responded. I would like to extend this challenge to anyone who watches this video, and you're welcome to comment. If I never see the comment, though, feel free to pick a vehicle. It could be something like a helicopter, or a submarine, or a seaplane, or a train. This is similar to other challenges I've done designing characters inspired by animals. In designing characters inspired by weapons or time periods. This one happened to be vehicles, and the vehicle that I chose was a 1930 Deluxe Coupe Model A Ford. I have one of these that is disassembled in my garage that was passed down to me from my dad, and someday I'd like it to run, but I decided to take that concept and design a character. So I did a decent amount of research into clothing of the time, and in my head I was like, well, it's a car, so I maybe want to do something like a racer, which is a little funny because the top speed of that car is maybe 50 miles an hour. Not the fastest of vehicles, not a race car, but I thought, whatever, rule of cool applies here. I will design this character wearing a racer outfit. So that's where the hood comes in, and the goggles that I've sketched on there are indicative of I guess not indicative, but they are modeled after the headlights of the car, and the little bridge on the goggles that would go over the nose is inspired by the front of the grill. And at some point there is a picture of a Model A in this video, which I used, I think, to sample color, but you can see, even for just the tiniest fraction of a second there. So I guess if you look up a Model A Ford, you can see the front of it has that grill shape that I combined into the goggles I combined with the headlights into the goggles. And the trench coat is a very common color of Model A Ford, and it is in fact the color that the one in my garage was the entire time I was growing up. Other than that, it's a two-tone vehicle with black fenders. Color variation was kind of limited, so I tried to get a little creative with matching the costuming. The blue eyes are actually inspired by the fact that the Ford logo was a text on a blue background. So that was just a fun little detail that I don't know if anybody would notice or that it is significant enough to notice, but that's why I made them blue. I really like the color scheme of this character. Overall, it's a fairly simple character. The costume is very simple, and I was a little worried that was going to just make the costume not read as based on a Model A, but it does really have these World War II vibes, and I really like the colors. It kind of invokes this retro Adventure Man kind of pulp comic superhero idea, and I got to play with kind of using rim lighting and throwing in like kind of a green and then like a purple undertone on the shading of the full body figure here, and I really like how pastel the whole thing kind of is. And I think I'm just about done with everything at this point, and you'll see I throw in a textured background, and I play with that for a little bit, but I ultimately cut that out. The character's name is Emily because the car's name is Emily, so I started there. I ultimately decided to scrap the background entirely because I really just liked what it looked like on a white background. So here is Emily, the, I guess, driver of a 1930 Deluxe Coupe Model A Ford. If you happen to take on this challenge or any other challenges, anything that I say, if anything I've ever done on this channel inspires you to do art, please share it. Even not necessarily with me, just with anyone. Do art. Thanks.